Hey Pirates, I'm Brianna Burnett here with your weather forecast for this week. Brianna Burnett, your sports anchor for tonight. I'm Brianna Burnett, your WHOV sports news anchor tonight. I hope you had your umbrella today. Today's forecast had a 90% chance for rain with a high of 70 and a low of 60. This weekend calls for a good trip to the beach. Saturday and Sunday will have a clear blue skies with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 41 degrees. So be sure to grab your sunglasses and sunscreen. We'll be taking itself to the Final Four in New Orleans. The University of North Carolina Tar Heels will face the Duke University Blue Devils on Saturday. March Madness is almost over as we enter the last stretch of the tournament. The Final Four for both men's and women's tournaments are ready. Well, Pirates, that's all for your weather this week. Back to you, Lauren and Sarah. Well, Pirates, that's all for your sports news this week. Back to you, Logan and Shane. Two individuals with two separate thoughts on the same issue can come together on how to navigate through the relationship. There are over 55 organizations at Hampton University. Last night showed which one had the most impact. College professors can make a huge impact during and after college. Using encouraging and compassionate words can make a difference in and outside the classroom. I'm here on Hampton University campus, and as you can see, the administration building is currently on fire. At the start of 3 p.m., fire trucks are now surrounding the building, trying to get the fire out, and the roof has caved in. This is a developing story. I'm Brianna Burnett with WHOV-TV.
In a situation like that in my neighborhood.
Through these doors, parents say a child can learn self-control, confidence, and positive social-emotional skills. I spoke with a student counselor at Hampton University. She explains how difficult it can be for a college student to go through transitions alone.
It's so important to have space to kind of work on your mental health and have the time to be able to figure out who you want to be, what you want to become. And that may cause anxiety, that may cause stress or depression. So to have someone here to kind of hold your hand.
The Counseling Center welcomes any student with open arms, no matter if they are having a good or bad day.
That you need to come in when you're having a crisis. That's not necessarily the case. We do want you to come in when you have a crisis. You don't necessarily have to be in a state where it's worry.
Throughout the months of February and April, there will be psych ed workshops for students to learn how to navigate through relationships, gain emotional intelligence, and more.
We just kind of thought like a workshop would be good where we can kind of give information, but also students can be like, oh, I'm not alone in this.
We spoke with Professor Deborah Flippins. She shares her accomplishments, the importance of mental health, and her duties outside of the classroom.
Supported the opportunity while being their video director for their video conference program to teach as an adjunct.
I had a conversation with Arthur Harrington, a sophomore Hamptonian and a native of Detroit, Michigan, with a major in political science. He shared his dreams and aspirations.
Politics cannot be a passion, but it has to be a calling. And I truly feel as if I'm called to help. I truly feel as if I'm called to serve. It's always been something that I've always felt like I've been called to do.
Harrington shines bright in many organizations on campus.
Currently a government relations intern here on campus under Vice President Bill Thomas here on the campus of Hampton University, along with a few other things.
Harrington has a vital role of being the sophomore class president, but he doesn't let that affect his studies.
It all comes down to organization. I feel like you have to have a planner. You need to set, schedules, and honestly, you need to be able to know when to say no as well.
Outside of Hampton University, the Student Leadership Program, aka SLP, presented the Org Awards, where organizations on campus was nominated for awards like Most Impact, Most Improved, Best New Org, Best Dance Team, and more at the Real HU.
I'm excited to see Blue Lightning. That's the one. I'm ready to see that.
Same Blue Lightning, and then I'm a root for my Onyx 13, so Arthur and Josh, if they do win, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, I love all the little dance groups. Hopefully the Qs get out there and do something. You know what I'm saying?
To see Black is Gold, I really rock with that org, and I love everything that they do for the community and for our school, and they're just very present in our campus.
It was a semi-formal affair. Students showed up wearing their best fit and expressed what it means to be the best organization on campus.
Oh yes, to be the best. you gotta reach the people. The people gotta feel you. You know what I'm saying? They can't just hear you. They gotta, you know what I'm saying? They gotta feel what you're saying. They gotta feel what you're doing.
I spoke with Kirsten Farrington, a sophomore strategic communication major at Hampton University from Houston, Texas, whose dream is to represent, lead, and serve others in her community and throughout the world.
The way I look at strategic communications is like public relations, so more like representing people.
Farrington is planning on owning her own public relations company someday for Black creators.
A lot of times it's like, oh, I know somebody who sings, and it's like, they don't have to be big. It's just like, if you need help, I'll help you.
You might catch Farrington serving organizations like the Leadership Institute or the Quintessence Community Service Committee, but she also is an advocate for mental health for the Black Femme Minds organization.
And I'm someone who's a big advocate for mental health, as someone who struggled with it in the past and like has had friends who struggled with it. I'm someone who always like ends up in a motivational speech, you know.
I'm Brianna Burnett with WHOV-TV. I'm Brianna Burnett for WHOV-TV. I'm Brianna Burnett for WHOV-TV. I'm Brianna Burnett with WHOV-TV.
1, 2, 3. Be great.
I'm Brianna Burnett. Brianna Burnett for WHOV-TV. I'm Brianna Burnett with your sports for today. With the world the way it is, could you imagine a 9-year-old taking on the task of making it a better place? I'm Brianna Burnett with your daily dose of positivity. Police caught 2 inmates that escaped the city jail annex. I'm Brianna Burnett with your local news story. Kansas City Chiefs took down the Philadelphia Eagles last night to run away with the coveted Super Bowl victory. The game will be a tough back and forth. However, the Chiefs would pull it out at the end to defeat the Eagles 38-35. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Keeping up with the Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes will be named not only the NFL's most valuable player, but Super Bowl's MVP following the victory of the Philadelphia Eagles. Principal Michael Oatley of Grassfield Chesapeake Elementary was forced to send letters to families notifying them that a student brought a knife to school just this past Tuesday. Another student saw the knife and immediately reported it to a teacher so it could be dealt with. In a statement, Principal Oatley stated that look-alike weapons are prohibited from school grounds, and if a student is caught, they'll receive serious consequences. Winter Davis is an elementary school student who has her very own nonprofit called Winter's Place. Davis started her nonprofit, which supports children in Haiti who don't have shoes, after seeing kids who are walking around in the elements barefooted. Her current project is called the 7 City Shoe Drive and has the support of all the 7 school districts here in the Hampton Roads area to help donate more shoes. Good job, Winter, and keep up the great work. Inmates Arlie Von Nemo and John Michael Garza fled custody just before the routine head count around 7:15 p.m. Both men tunneled through their cell and scaled the security wall. Both men were apprehended a few hours later early this morning before they could cause any harm. In other news, starting today, the Hampton Roads area will no longer require masks in facilities. Major health systems in Hampton Roads are taking CDC recommendations, making masks optional since COVID levels are low in the community. I'm Brianna Burnett, and this has been your WHOV News Brief. I'm Brianna Burnett. I'm Brianna Burnett, and this has been your WHOV News Brief.